I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A lot of you guys know me as DebbieMagic, and I am thrilled to begin doing videos so that we can connect on a much deeper level. A lot of the feedback I've been getting is that, okay, cool, you offer a lot of educational value, you offer a lot of insight, you offer a lot of content, and that's great, and who is DebbieMagic? And so these videos are, yes, also to support you in your journey, but also to let you in so you can know who's on the other side of all of the content that is being dished out. A little bit about me. I am a Latina woman. I am Cuban Colombian, and I'm a second-generation immigrant. I was born and raised here in Miami, where I still live. And I'm incredibly nomadic, incredibly spiritual, incredibly intuitive. I always have been. In fact, I was born into a lineage of spiritual guides. My father is a conservative Baptist pastor. So that means that I come from a family that really understands spirit and understands it in a radically different context than what resonates for me. So growing up, my spirituality became rather suffocating and controlling. Spirituality became like the golden prison. I had so much shame around my authentic self that I projected that onto spirit and had years of existential crisis where I did everything that I could to avoid myself instead of engage myself. And it was a very deliberate process of essentially taking back my spirituality, taking back my value, taking back my authenticity, and healing ancestral trauma, healing the old paradigm, healing my relationship with the masculine and the feminine. I do identify as a queer pagan woman, specifically witch. If you've gone through my account at all, you will see that I use a lot of witchy language, and to me, language is incredibly important. It's how we cast spells, how we make declarations, how we set intention. So I chose queer and witch very deliberately because for me it's like reclaiming words that have been made very, very, very bad, very taboo, very wrong, very vile, almost offensive. And I get that a lot when I introduce myself as queer, as witch. The response is, do you know that language, that word is a little, and that's precisely why I use it. Because again, my experience growing up was that who I was wrong. I had a spirituality that condemned my sexuality and my identity. So choosing these words is like going back and choosing language that has been so misunderstood in the same way that I was misunderstood, and resurrect the innocence again, resurrect the divinity and the value, which to me is acknowledging that the divine exists within us. It's inherent within us, so it's remembered, it isn't learned. And with queer, same. I believe in very free, fluid, expressive sexuality. I believe it's a spectrum, and you don't have to resonate with my truths, and these are my truths. And I've created and designed an entire business and an entire life around holding space and birthing a platform where people can show up and unmask themselves, disarmor themselves, and create intimacy, compassion, and safe space within themselves. I've walked the process myself. I'm a woman with a huge heart, incredible intuition, who learned to exchange that for being very logical and linear and controlling. So it's been a spiritual journey back to my heart and reclaiming that. And that's essentially the space that I hold for others. And that's a lot of what my language and my content is geared around, is really holding up a mirror so that you get that you are worthy, not in spite of who you are, but because of who you are. Yay. So that's me in a nutshell. If you can't tell, I'm a little nervous because I'm used to being the space holder. Like, I am used to being the one who listens and receives others. So I really appreciate you making the time to sit here with me and receive me and witness me, because this is part of me kind of expanding and letting people in, because that's important to me. Anyhow, I'm rambling. That's me. This is the beginning of a series of videos that I'm going to be doing, not only offering educational content, but also letting you in around my story and what I've gone through. So stay tuned, because I'm going to talk about my life as a stripper. Bet you didn't know that. My experience with inebriation and avoidance through drug use. I'm going to talk about my depression, my years of depression, my sexual abuse at the hands of a family member. Like, I'm letting you in. We're going to go deep. Why? Not only for my own healing, but also so that you get that you're not alone, and if I can do it, child, you better know that I am a mirror to you, and you absolutely can do it. And whatever you see in me that you admire, whether it's my fabulous hair or my vocabulary or my intuition or my grace or whatever, I want you to get that it really is a mirror to what exists within you. All right. I'm checking out. I love you guys. Bye.